Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA, and today's a real user review. We are going to be taking a look at the Classic Fella Classic Tee and the Classic Fella dress socks. Now, Classic Fella did send me these both as samples for review, but all the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I did not share this content with Classic Fella prior to publication. They will see this when you do. In addition to that, there are affiliate links in the description box down below. If you're considering buying this shirt, these socks, or any other product from Classic Fella, please consider using those links. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I do earn a small commission from those sales, and all the money goes back to the channel to help me produce more content so consumers can make informed purchasing decisions. So this still looks good. It's still very white, which is one of the reasons I don't actually wear a lot of white tees. I'm a dad. Yes, Miss Hazel Fantastic is 6.5 now, a little older than that, but she's still 6.5, so white doesn't stay white for long, so I try to not wear a lot of plain white tees, although I've been doing it more so lately. Now, while I've had this, I've been trying to wear this shirt as much as possible. This is at least my fourth wear, if not more, so it's been worn and washed several times. Usually Monday through Thursday, I'll wear like jeans, or if it's warm out, I'll usually wear a thinner pant, but I usually wear a button-down shirt over it. Fridays, it's a little more lax, so if it's warm, I'll wear a tee. If it's cool, sometimes I just wear like a hoodie or something like that. But it's been warm lately, so Fridays I've been wearing tees. So basically, I've been wearing this, throw it in the washer. When it comes out, it goes back on my body, and I'm getting at least 2 wears per week out of it while I've been testing it, both just like this, as a tee or as an undershirt. And I will say it has worked well for both. Now, this is an Italian-made cotton shirt. It is made from 96% cotton and 4% elastane. Classic Fella does say to put this at a gentle wash at or below 104 degrees Fahrenheit and tumble dry on low or hang dry. And I will say my shirt has gone in the laundry with like colors on cold water. I generally just wash everything on cold unless it's very dirty, and then I'll put things on hot water. But usually I just wash everything on cold to minimize shrinkage. Now, the very top 5-star review on the Classic Tee website from Paxton says that the shirt is breathable but weighted, and he will be wearing it all spring and summer. And now, while it has not been super hot here lately, it is still early spring. I can agree to that review. It is certainly a weighted tee. It does feel like a mid to heavier weight tee, but so far for me, it has been pretty breathable. I am not used to the heat yet at all, but we are seeing many days in the mid 70s to the 80s, and we're starting to get a touch of that humidity. And I will say, while I have had this shirt on, it's been pretty good. It vented really well. I didn't feel like I was overly hot, and you're not seeing any sweat stains. There's no pitting or anything on this shirt. So it's actually been wearing well for me when it was warmer, and it does have that feel of a heavyweight tee. Now, another thing I'd like to say, this has now been worn and washed. So say this is my 4th wear. It's been laundered 3 times. It did shrink up a little bit in the body. Now, on the Classic Fella website, they say that the model is 6'3", wearing a size large. I am 5'9", 175 to 180. I am also wearing a size large, and this is my waistline, and this is the end of the tee. In one of the photos, there is a model not tucking the shirt in. Another photo, the model is tucking the shirt in. Now, I guarantee you the shirts that they are using for the models have not been laundered. They probably steam them to get any of the folding creases out of them, but they are brand new garments. They are not worn or washed. They want them to look pristine and brand new. So, if you are 6'3", I don't know if it's the same model. You can't see the person's face, but if you're 6'3", once you wash these, you're not gonna be able to tuck this shirt in. It's landing good, but I have noticed when I'm like bending over, it's coming up a little bit. I mean, you could probably even see a little bit of my back there. So the shirts are a little bit shorter. Once you launder them, they are gonna shrink up a little bit. Now, standing here, I think it's landing at a good length. It's not too long. I can easily get my hands in my pockets. That's one thing. I don't like when my shirt rides up when I bend over, but I also like to be able to put my hands in my pockets. And if I'm wearing jeans, generally your pockets are up a little bit higher. Shorts usually have either slash pockets or they're down a little bit lower, so you have a little bit more room. But wearing a jean, where the shirt lands, you can tuck it or put your hands in your pockets easily, but I wouldn't be able to tuck this shirt in. Personally, I'm not a tucker inner. Even at work, when I'm wearing those button-down shirts, I don't tuck my shirt in. If I ever have to go back to business casual, I will tuck my shirt in, but right now, I'm not a fan, never have been a fan of the tucked in shirt, so I don't really do it. So not much of a concern to me, but I wanted to point out that the website says 6'3", and they're showing a picture of a dude with the shirt tucked in. Not going to be the case. If it's brand new, I could probably do it, but once it's washed and laundered a couple of times, you're not gonna be able to tuck it in. Other than the body width, I mean, it's good. It fits me good. Yes, I have been working out a little bit more. Yes, my weight has stayed about the same because I'm getting the muscle mass in the legs. So my weight has been about steady, even though I've been slimming down in the middle. But I think the shirt itself, it looks pretty good on me. The body didn't shrink up enough. So it's fitting and feeling really well in the body post a couple of launderings. And that's it. I wish it was a little bit longer. It would just fit. It would fit a little bit better for when I'm bending over, but I kind of do like where it's landing when I'm standing here because I can get my hands in the pockets. Now it does have that elastane, that 4% elastane, so it has some stretch to it. Now it doesn't feel like a running shirt, but it also doesn't feel like a 100% cotton shirt. It feels more like, I'd say, technical fabric shirt. It has that like smoother, stretchier feel to it. It feels good on the body, but it doesn't feel like a cotton t-shirt to me. It has more of that technical fabric feel. The only other point to note too is the collar. It feels a little bit snug. Now, yes, it will stretch out, but so far, I'm not getting bacon collar, which I do like that I'm not getting that bacon collar, but you can kind of feel it around the neck. Now, it's not like it's choking me at all, but I have noticed it every time I put the shirt on that the collar is feeling a little bit snug. But overall, I'm liking the fit, the feel of the shirt. It's a $65 shirt, so if you want to talk about price point and luxury items, I'd say that's actually kind of cheap. If you want to compare it to like a Japanese loop wheel tee that you're looking at like $80, $90, $100 for a single t-shirt, $65 is kind of cheap. And I think if you buy multiples, if you buy two on the website, I think you get a break. So you're not spending $130. I think it's like $117. So you're actually getting the shirts for like $58 or so per shirt, as opposed to $65 per shirt. So if you buy in bulk, you save a little bit. It's the same with the socks. So, I mean, it feels good. I think it's a pretty solid price point. Overall, I am happy with the performance of the shirt. It's been wearing well. It looks good on me. And I have been wearing a couple other lighter color and white tees, so I am trying to work them back into my wardrobe. So I will certainly be wearing this more as the summer progresses because lighter colors, you get less hot in that sun. So I will be testing this further once we get some of that heat and humidity. But so far, I have been happy with it. Yes, it did shrink up a little bit, but I mean, overall, I like the fit. It still fits me good in the body. It's not too boxy. It's not too flowy. I like that, you have to find that middle ground where the shirt fits good so you have a full range of motion. You don't want that skin tight shirt where you feel like you're sucked in. I mean, maybe if you got all those muscles in the abs, you want everyone to know and see them. Not so much for me. I don't have abs, so we got to be a little bit looser with fitting with the clothing. But I don't want it to be huge where it's bulky and you're also restricted because there's so much fabric and just kind of getting in the way, or it just looks sloppy. So it's the perfect middle ground. I think it looks good. It's fitting good. And even though we shrank up a little bit, the length, the width across the body, the sleeves, everything is fitting and feeling good. And I will say, even though I said the collar does feel a little bit snug, again, this is my fourth, maybe fifth wear at this point. It is stretched out a little bit where I don't feel it as much, but I still can notice it. When I first put the shirt on in the morning, the collar is a little bit snug. And it's a little bit taller too, which I do like because I think that's going to help cut down on that bacon collar you get with t-shirts over time. So overall, I think it's solidly priced at $65. And I think that's a fair price for what you're getting. And actually cheaper than a lot of other shirts that you can get in the luxury t-shirt price range. And yes, it is a plain white tee. And sure, you can go out and buy I think they have 10 packs of Hanes t-shirts now for like $30. I just looked it up online because I had someone commenting on the short of this shirt. And yeah, you can do that. You're totally fine buying, 10 white t-shirts from Hanes for $30 from Walmart. But out of those 10 shirts, you're probably going to have 4 to 6 that are actually wearable. And my experience that like Levi's, the current Hanes, you're probably going to get about 2 to 3 months worth of wear out of those things before they're just trash and they're gone. So then you're gonna have to buy another 5 or 10 pack and spend another $30, and then you're at the same price that you spent for a singular tee. And then 2 or 3 months, they're gone. And then you're gonna have to spend another 30 bucks. So now you're $90 in. And at the end of the year, you say conservatively, you spend $30 on that 10 pack, because this is what I looked this up on Walmart. It was $30 for a 10 pack of plain white tees from Hanes. So at the end of the year, if you get 3 months per 10 pack, so you would have spent that 4 times. So you would have spent what, $120 to have, 4 times 40 t-shirts that at the end of the year are basically rags, where you could have spent $65, or that same $120 and gotten 2 of these, and you'll still have the shirts at the end of the year. Now, I can't definitively say the shirt is going to last me a year because I've only had it a couple of weeks to a month now. But so far, the amount of wear that I've put into this compared to the last time I actually bought Hanes tees, this still looks brand new. I mean, I recently, like last year, threw out a bunch of Hanes tees that I had since like 2007. And they certainly looked old. They weren't white anymore. They were more gray, but they were still wearable. I wore them as just undershirts, or if I was out working in the yard, I just wanted a t-shirt that I didn't care about. If I'm painting or digging in the dirt when I don't feel like twice a year I'm fixing or replacing my fence posts, so I'm always digging and mixing concrete. And that's like one of the shirts I'd throw on. But I grew out of them. So I kind of just finally tossed them out because they were just a little bit snug. Totally still wearable as work shirts, like going out in the yard, playing in the dirt, pouring concrete, painting, still totally would have worked for that. Certainly looked their age. I replaced them with a 5-pack. I probably got it at Walmart. I spent like 25 bucks on it. They lasted 2 or 3 months. I don't have any of those anymore. So all of those shirts that you're getting for a deal, they're poorly made. They're garbage. Who knows where they're made? But the classic fella tee, so far so good. I have been very, very happy with the way it has been wearing, the way it is fitting. Again, the shrinkage that I got was only in the length. The body, it still fits good. It's laying well on the body. And overall, it is a very comfortable shirt to wear, whether I am wearing it layered underneath a button-down shirt, or if I'm wearing it just as a t-shirt with a pair of jeans or a pair of pants. Overall, I have been very happy with the way this has been looking, fitting, and feeling. And overall, after several launderings, it's still fitting good. It did not shrink in any weird places, and it is still crisp and white. Now let's talk about the classic fella dress socks. They're actually on my feet right now. I've worn these a couple of times now. It's a dress sock. I personally don't wear a lot of dress socks anymore. I wear more boots or sneakers. I do sometimes have to wear like a suit or look dressy. Again, my work attire, it's like this, or I will throw on a button-down shirt over. But I'll still wear jeans, I'll wear boots. Summer months, I'll wear sneakers a lot more. I do have some dress socks, if you will, but they're those silly dress socks because Miss Hazel Fantastic likes to pick out my socks. So I don't tend to wear a lot of thinner socks. In the summer when I wear sneakers, I'll wear like an ankle sock. When I'm wearing boots, I'll wear like a midway boot sock or hiking sock. It's just more comfortable. So I haven't worn a lot of dress socks lately. And one thing I did notice with these, they're nice, they're white, they're comfortable to wear, but they're a bit of a quitter. I can feel them sliding down. I can feel them bunching up underneath the arch of my foot. Now, the ones that Classic Fella sent me are white. Personally, I'm not a fan of white socks. I never really liked white socks. Probably goes back to when I was a kid. My mom would put me in white socks. You know, when you're 6 like Hazel, yes, I let her pick out what she wants to wear. And yeah, we go to the store. Sometimes I let her pick stuff out. But I don't remember my parents ever letting me pick out my clothes when I was 6 or 7 in the 80s. They just bought what they bought, and I wore what they bought, or I wore what my mom put on me, and that was white socks. So me and my brother and my sister growing up, we wore white socks. As I'm sure most kids of the 80s wore white socks, because back then, that's, as far as I can remember, was the only option, white socks. So I have this affinity to not wear white socks, but they are available in charcoal gray and true navy, and their true navy looks almost black, which a true navy is very deep. Like take a navy peacoat, if you looked at it, it looks almost black. If you kind of get real close, you're getting the natural light, you can see those dark blue tinges to it, but a true navy is actually very, very dark. That would have been more my color. But the socks are a little bit of a quitter. While they are comfortable to wear, after having them on for a couple of hours, the band around the ankle does start to slip and they slide down, and they do become a little bit uncomfortable where you have to keep pulling them up. Now, after you wash them a couple of times, they will probably shrink up and they will end up staying up a little bit better. But thus far, after 2 or 3 wears, they have been washed. They shrink a little bit, but I can still feel them sliding down. And yes, All socks are going to kind of slouch and bunch up around the ankle, but these I can actually feel them underneath the arch in my foot. I can feel it bunching up down there a little bit where I have to grab and pull them up, and I can readjust them, and then they're fine for the rest of well, they're fine for not the rest of a little while. Well, I don't have to do it again. It's not something that's difficult to do, but it's something I'm noticing that I am walking around and I'm like, yeah, my socks are a little uncomfortable. Let me pull them up. So maybe not so much the socks, but the t-shirt I've been a fan of. Again, been fitting, wearing well. So thus far, the shirt is a good one for me. The socks, not so much. But again, I don't wear dress shoes. So if I'm wearing a dress shoe, it might fit a little bit better. Also, I probably wouldn't need the higher one. I could probably get the mid sock where it's a little bit lower, so there's probably less likely for it to slide and bunch. But gravity, it's a thing. It's going to pull your socks down no matter what. Just noticing with the Classic Fella, it's pulling it down underneath my arch and becoming a little uncomfortable to wear. But t-shirt has been a-okay with me. So far, so good. I am loving it. As that weather warms up, we will test it further into the summer, and we'll check back, at least do a short or two later on when it gets warm, and see how light and airy it is once we hit 90 degrees and 1,000% humidity. So that, I hope this video helped you out just a little bit. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications the next time I post a brand new video. Good night.